you're not alone. Like, people are really going through it right now. And it reminded me of the African proverb that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so bringing it back to leadership, my wife and I did just that. We co-created a North Star, a shared purpose, and we worked backward from that. When you really get down to the definition of leadership, if we're taking the North House definition of leadership, it is a process where an individual influences another to achieve a shared goal. And so my wife and I had to agree on the shared goal, which is even if we don't have our own kids, we are still going to act as caregivers. And every single day we worked from the place of that goal. And after many hopeful actions, Angela, guess what happened? Twins, right? Holy smokes. It's like if Pixar were to write this story. I still can't believe it, but like a double rainbow. Surreal, man. But that was only possible when we looked within as leaders, as individuals, as humans, and confronted our own relationship with mortality. And I think more leaders would benefit from doing that. Consider your own feelings around death. Consider your feelings around literal or metaphorical obsolescence. And maybe that's a way that you can really find the leader within. There's an exercise I'd like to give your audience really quickly. I hope that you never have to contend with the kind of loss and pain that Bailey and I did. But there's a way that you can simulate feelings of death. And I would say do this. Sit down with a piece of paper someday. And it's important that you have as little distraction as possible. Just ground yourself and then write out your eulogy. Write out what you want people to say about you when you are no longer, not even in the room, but not on this planet. When you're 6 feet deep, what would you hope that your friends and family and loved ones say about you? Write that out. Let it flow. Don't edit. Just write until your hands go numb. Put that aside and come back to it the next day with a highlighter and look for words, look for attributes, look for feelings, and really just capture the essence of the leader within. Understand who you are when faced with like the actual obsolescence that confronts every human being, which is death. It's uncomfortable. People don't like this exercise. I don't like this exercise. But if you do this, I promise that it will get you closer to your North Star.
First of all, congratulations to you and Bailey for having twins. And
Thank
then
you.
as for that exercise, a coach walked me through the same exercise. And initially I was like, oh, actually, you need to do this. Like, this seems like kind of morbid. And then as I was going through it, it also made me realize that like nothing in there was related to my wealth, my work, my role. It was just how I made people feel. And I was like, okay, maybe this is why she wanted me to do this exercise, is because as very high achievers, you come from immigrant backgrounds, the way that we strive is so different. So then it's like when you do it, you're like, okay, this is why.